back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go. 50. Play. Come on, baby. Come on, let's go. Kill. You're out. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. 80 weapon.
Throwing on first down. Love. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big play there on the first play of the game. 44 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Hey, check 24. Now. Motion. 44 the mark. Alpha. Check. It's our time. Ready, go.
Operating from the gun. Love. Complete to Washington. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Brent, I think we can see early on they're making a concerted effort to get him the football. So to me, that means they like the matchup that they have. They feel like he's better than the guys that are covering him.
2 plays, 2 passes. We'll see if they go back to that well. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 7 yards there and a first down.
I'm not sure that you'd call it a trick play, but they definitely showed some imagination there. I wouldn't be surprised if they want to come back and show this play a few more times before this one is over.
Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Back to throw. Love. Flush to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Josh Allen in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
Switch. Check.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. is Kareem Hunt, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Steelers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Set up. 60 Pittsburgh. 50's a Mike. 50's a Mike. He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Check safety. Check safety. Greystone travel. 5.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Lamb. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, let's pin the mirrors back and go full street. Get it.
Throwing on 2nd down now, Minshew. And the catch made here by Marquise Lee. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Escape, and a big loss here as he's taken down. T.J. Watt in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go, shh.
There is a hush indeed. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Flushed out right. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that. He got away with it there and in a big way. On
1st down, Love. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? This quarterback now already over 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Accelerating, and off he goes. He's at the 40, 20, 10, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
These two teams all tied after 1. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
They're not ready for this. They still pre-call. 132 fight. Drop hard. Check 26. Check 26. Check 24. Check 24. Check 4. Check Leo. Check 9. Let Hunt.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets them into a 3rd and 1 situation.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Set. Red. 60. Orange. White. 64. Weak. Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense. Check all dog.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. He's going to launch it for Washington, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They're going to try and throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Finding his way home for the sack that time, Taven Bryant. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
At the 26-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Coming this way, here we go.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
It's a loss of a yard, bringing up 3rd and 12.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Hey, we got 3 down. Bravo!
Minshew throwing on 3rd down. Eluding the pressure right. And he took the contact as he was throwing it. And the ball drops incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Yes! Box shot. 44, Mike, ready, go!
To throw on 2nd down. Love. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
No. 66. Fully high. Long motion. Orbit. 57's the mic. Watch 57. I got it. Ready, go.
From the gun, Love. And he finds McDonald. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Come on, set. 70 in. Watch the run, watch the run. Yep. Ringo, Bravo. Ready.
On 1st and 10, Love. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. DJ Hayden right there on the coverage. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Big gas. Hey. Go. Motion. Shift. Hunt.
A give right side now to Hunt. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On 3rd down, Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline and angled for him and shot for him. Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Here's Minshew. Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman of the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
To throw on 3rd down, Love. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He's got a man, complete. A big 30-yard play on 3rd.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great, let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt. He finds his man Johnson. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Ready, ready. And Lobo, age 3, 2, 18, chopper. Jim. Watch the eye. General, relax. 44 is the mic. Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on. 44 is the mic. 44 is mic. Check. And come on out here. Come get some. Exit. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. What happened?
Throwing on first down. Love. Open man. Completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Juju Smith-Schuster the target once again.
So many play callers in the red zone worry about the negative effects of a play that they're about to call. For this guy, all he's worried about is gaining yardage and putting the ball in the hands of his playmakers.
So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
Alert 3. He's crashing. Spell. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. And go.
They'll look to throw again. That's complete to his running back, Connor. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. They'll try to surge ahead with Connor. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the second half. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Got it.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Let's go. Shift. Watch the shift. X3. 218. Chopper.
On 2nd down, Minshew. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Hey, Haywood. 55.
Off play action, it's Minshew. Buying time to his left. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Both balls to Mike. Mike's both balls. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Check, 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 check. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. Sit. Ready, go.
On first down, Love. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Second and 6. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. Hey, you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30.
Kill, any weapon, any weapon. You got tight. You got tight right there.
Operating from the gun, Love. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Josh Allen, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a second down and 12.
Come on, boy. You better be ready. 22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Jet.
Here we go on second and 12. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, Love. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield. Johnson was the intended receiver. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it first and 10. They'll run on first down. Dobbins. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a second and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here we go, 50.
On second and 9, Minshew. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
Accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call.
Slam, slam, slam.
So 3rd and long, here's Minshew. He's going to air one out. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Here's Logan Cook now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
At their own 15-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st and 10 is Connor. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a Pittsburgh 1st down, a gain of 13.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Now it's Hunt. And a short gain here down to the 22. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun. Love. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a 1st down for them, too.
And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Johnson the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal at the 11-yard line.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. 2nd and 11. And this is incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. Looking to throw. Love. He'll get that one complete to counter. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it.
Nice completion, nice gain.
Great tackle.
Really good tackle. Kept them in bounds, kept things going. What do you do here?
That's the question. Let's see what they do. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
Looking to throw it. Minshew. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. On 3rd down, Dobbins. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Mike 55, Mike 55.
Minshew, 1st and 10. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on 1st down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. Now Minshew. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. On 1st down, it's Hunt, and he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, All you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
Under 10. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping.
And boy, from up here, I don't think Johnson got there. No, he did not. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. So here we go. On now is the kicker, Chris Boswell. From the left hash, this from 34. And Boswell's kick is good. And that's going to up the lead to 15-10. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden, they're down. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
Runs through the contact. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
I got you. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Check 37. Check 37.
They run right side with Hunt. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining.
That's it.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Watch the curve. Watch the curve. Both bows to Mike. Mike's both bows. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. Say, go. Let's go.
On 3rd down, Love. Got an open man. It's Washington. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. So that'll back them up 5. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Check. Pilot, 64, weak. 5.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins, and inside the 20 before he's brought down. And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar and some discomfort down there on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Hey, team 6. 55. Right there, 55.
He'll look to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Going with Armstead, a first down carry. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic for the game, but they avoid disaster. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds. So the Jags will keep the offense out there as they'll decide to go for 2.
You got nothing. Recon, 132 fighter.
They're going to try and run. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. And he will not get there. here. He comes up short. And they're unable to push this lead to a field goal as it'll remain a one-point game. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2015. Didn't we see Green Bay pull that off twice in the season? Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. So stranger things have happened. It'll be interesting to see what the defensive strategy is about who they put on the field to try and knock that ball away.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Jaguars, they're not going to go quietly here as the win moves them now to 8-6 on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
S-T-R-O. I ain't come to play with you. Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up. I can't spend the day with you. I'm out of my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Then I gotta come clean like I'm made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. This shorty, she support ride. Lifting up. Never not on my rhyme. New York City, brother, better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take those reporting live from the winter side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah, beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your... When you grow up, they used to ask me naturally.